Kept you waiting, huh? Hello everyone, Artemir the Violet Wizard here, and today we are continuing and hopefully finishing up Metroid Zero mission. Last time we dove into the depths of Norfair and managed to destroy Samus's greatest nemesis, Ridley, thus unlocking the way to Turian, the final area of the original Metroid. Here in Turian, we got a big fight ahead of us. I would highly recommend equipping your super missiles right away as we go into here, because there is some very nasty stuff ahead of us. So when we first arrived in Turian, we saw a little cutscene depicting a space pirate being attacked by an organism we had not seen until this point. So we got a big fight ahead of us. So all throughout here in Turian, we will be attacked by these things. I believe they're called rinkas. Essentially just rings of energy created from the mechanisms here in Turian. And here, we got the big enemy of the game themselves, Metroids. These things are deadly. If they latch onto you, they will not let go easily. In order to destroy them, you need to use the ice beam and then blast them with a missile. 5 regular missiles will destroy them. Super missiles, you only need to use 1, so I highly recommend using supers here. They'll be very good for taking these suckers out. Man, it feels really good to be playing this game again, especially because I've been missing something like this lately. I've been mostly playing a lot of RPGs and stuff lately, so... Alright, right there we see a Metroid latching onto us. All you have to do is use bombs to shake them off. But yeah, that is the danger of this area. There's a lot of things you need to watch out for between the rinkas and the Metroids. Luckily, it's not too bad to get a refill on ammunition. But, yeah, just overall a very dangerous location. If you do not deal with those Metroids, they will be a pain to ya. So right here we got a save room. Highly recommend taking the save rooms down here in Turian, because we have a lot of fights down here, and one fight in particular could be really devastating. What we have here is a green rinka. These are quite different in that they will respawn immediately after destroying them. You can halt the rinka regeneration process whenever you want just by blasting them with a ice beam to freeze them. That way you don't have to worry about a rinka respawning from that same turret. The green ones are quite handy if you want to refill your health and ammunition. Let's go down here. Yeah, it is quite interesting. You can see the Metroids appearing from the background. It really makes this area stand out that way. And yeah, in order to progress for this area, we have to destroy Metroids. It's the only way to unlock the doors in this area, which is very fitting since Samus was sent here to Zebes to destroy the Metroids. Oh boy, this room. I remember this room. So the door here is locked. We have a floor here. So I blast that, and then I believe... Yep, there are Metroids here. You. Blast you. There's a lot of these suckers in this room. You gotta really be careful here. Alright, blast you. There we go. I believe there's one more. Alright, I believe that's all the Metroids in this chamber. Yep. That is a very tough room to get through, because if you're not careful with your bombs, you can easily just get swarmed with like 5 Metroids at once. And it is very hard to shake off that many Metroids once they latch onto you. We are almost done here. What's very nice is being able to use the screw attack to just instantly destroy rinkas. It's definitely a good way to refill your health and ammunition. highly recommend filling up all your ammo for what's ahead of us. We destroyed the Metroids. But we are not done yet. So here we gotta blast these walls. So the walls are made of a material that I believe is called Zebetite. Obviously named after the planet. The interesting thing about the walls is that if you don't shoot them down completely, they will regenerate. So, and this room is very dangerous because there's a lot of lava. We finally made it. This is Mother Brain. The very source of all of our problems here. As this high-tech supercomputer is responsible for commanding the space pirates, researching the Metroids. This is our final threat here. She will shoot attacks out from her eye, and it's got these turrets and rinkas just kind of messing with you here. I recommend freezing the rinkas so that they don't pose a problem to you. Kind of stay on these two platforms, try to avoid landing of the lava, avoid the turrets, and shoot her eye once it's exposed. Also go up there if you want a very nice place. Highly recommend stockpiling on your, saving your super missiles for here because they can just really destroy Mother Brain really easily. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky fight here. There's a lot of stuff being thrown at you. It can be a bit tricky to deal with. Ow. Mother Brain. This is quite an interesting fight, though. It's a big stationary target. It's not so much the boss itself that is a threat, it's the actual room itself. Alright, come on. Gotta get back up here. I'm really not a fan of this right now. Please, just get another hit on you, please. There we go. By blasting in the eye, we destroyed Mother Brain. Self-destruct mechanism activated. Evacuate immediately. A series staple. Once we destroy the main source of our problems here, we have to evacuate. We got a very long shaft here that we got to escape from. The platforms here will collapse temporarily, so you've got to be really careful, make good use of your power grip, and we should be good to get out of here. This sequence can be very tricky, especially if you lose a lot of ground by falling. But we've made it to the elevator, made up to the shaft with very little trouble, made it back up to Crateria. So all we gotta do now is get back to our ship. I am very happy that run of Turian was handled so quickly. We are not even that far into this session, and we managed to accomplish a great deal. We want a speed boost for that, and let's hop back into our ship. Mission accomplished. We destroyed Ridley, we destroyed Kraid, we destroyed the Metroids, and Mother Brain. The space pirates won't be causing any more problems for us anytime soon. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh boy. The timing of my escape couldn't have been worse. I was attacked by space pirates and left nearly defenseless, stripped of my power suit. All I had for protection was my rather useless emergency pistol. Infiltrating the space pirate mothership so armed may have been foolish. but I had no choice. Could I survive long enough to escape? An auto-charging pistol. Stun enemies with charge shots. Our adventure is not over yet. Welcome to Zero Mission exclusive content. Our ship has crashed, and we are stuck on Zebes without our power suit. All the weapons and armor enhancements we've gotten over the course of the game are gone. All we have is our Zero suit, which offers very little defense, and our emergency pistol, which is very pitiful. Can't do any damage with this thing, only can stun enemies, you see. But look at that, we can crawl, thus answering the age-old question, can Metroid crawl? No. I want to be careful, because there's a little bit of getting a bit of a frame drop here, but hopefully this clears up, because we're in the final stretch of this game, and really don't want things to happen. So we have a map room. Welcome to Chozodia, the final area of the game. It is a big area, as you can see, and it's gonna get even bigger from here on out, trust me. Going through here, we can see we have a save room. But this is not just a save room, it also completely restores our health and ammo, now that we have any ammunition with us. So yeah, Chozodia is made up of quite a few different locations, namely the Space Pirate Mothership that we saw touch down in the previous session. There are some locked doors here that we will not be able to go through. In order to get through this area, we have to stealthily make our way for this section. This is quite an intimidating part of the game, as it involves this. We have no offensive abilities against these guys. These are Zebesians, the members of space pirates that are specific to the planet of Zebes. These guys hurt. And since there is no way for us to kill them at this point, all we can do is try to evade them. See these lasers here? Do not touch them, because that will alert the space pirates to our presence. Just gotta carefully make our way through here. And up. Triggered another space pirate there. Okay, gotta get out of here. We should not be down here. So yeah, this area, it is very easy to get damaged by these guys. Just try to make your way out of here as quickly as you can. And if you're able to find cover, please take it. It's quite an intimidating portion of the game. Definitely a huge shift from the usual playstyle of the game. The sequence is also very similar to certain parts of another game, Metroid Fusion. Although, that game is a bit more focused than this. A lot of people consider this the worst portion of Zero Mission because you are stuck doing very specific things and just having to constantly avoid enemies. There's very little defense for you here. It's kind of a slog to have to go through these specific areas without any of your gear. I can kind of see what they're going with. This is definitely a unique portion of the Metroid experience. So we can't deal with that red door, so let's head up here. So we haven't run into any Zebesians right now. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to go down. Oh, saw us! So we gotta get out of here. Please leave me alone. I don't like your crappy claws. Should be safe here. Alright. Yeah, things are very hectic for us right now. Alright, see those spotlights? If those touch you, those will alert the space pirates to our presence here, so definitely avoid them. Has a lot of moments of just being safe. Should be good here. Alright, we're back there. We don't need that. Alright, up here. There's another save room up there. We should be good. Let's not deal with that guy. Let's get over here and save. Very nice, we managed to avoid the searchlights. But that is not all for our little adventure here in Chosodia. We got more lasers. Alright, this portion is going to be tricky. We need to maneuver around here. Just want to do short hops. Uh-oh, that is breakable. Okay. Just want to run across here very quickly. Jump up. Get over. Come up there. Very good. Okay, now I think we need to go this way. Oh, no, that's the way back there. Okay. Short hop. Short hop. Oh, no, that's bad. Lure the space pirates to our presence. Let's get out of here. Well, if we duck in here, shouldn't be able to see us. There we go. Yeah, a lot of this part gets really hectic. Oh, that guy saw us. There's really not much we can do against most of these guys. I think there are parts where you are required to get caught by the space pirates, which is annoying. It's like, we made it out of the ship at least. Dude, leave me alone. And we're in a new section of Chosodia, the Chozo Ruins. It's an area that we previously encountered before in our journeys, but not necessarily in Chosodia. Managed to avoid the space pirates pretty well here. Now that we're in this new section, want to head over this way, and we got another save room. Guess we want to save. Oh boy, that has been crazy. So we check our map right now. We can see that all that portion there at Chosodia was the space pirate ship. So now we're in uncharted territory. As we're going through this next session, I guess I can say that, as I have stated in previous sessions, this is not a 100% playthrough of this game. I'm not going after every single item. And I'm specifically aiming to try to get through this portion of the game and within a certain time, because there can be good... get through, no! Oh, managed to alert our presence. It's not good. Go away. And another thing I like to say, once things are a bit calmer, me alone. It is very, very, very easy to just get wrecked here. I want to head up here. Yep. Oh, I forgot what this portion is. Gotta go up here. Wait for the space pirate over there. Then we shoot that. That drops him down. Just wait. There we go. Really don't like the amount of damage I've taken. See here, there's an eyeball emitting a shaft of light. You can probably guess what happens if that light touches you. Here. As long as we're in this dark spot here, we should be safe. I managed to get through that part. Alright, now this part, we need to be really careful. Shoot that. There. Well, spotted, but we can hide over here. Oh, come on! How did you see me? I was covered. I think we can duck down here. Stay in the shadows where he can't see me. Alright, we're good. This is bad, because one more hit and we are dead. Really gotta be careful. Gotta pray for a save room. I don't think one's gonna come up soon. This makes me very scared. Oh, hello. That's a power-up we haven't gotten yet. I am very concerned right now. Hidden save room here. Very happy I grabbed that. One thing I will say about this portion is, so the Zero suit that Samus is wearing all throughout the sequence without her power suit. This is the game that debuted the Zero suit, and it has been a staple of Samus's character. Oh, it's gone. It's been a staple of Samus's character ever since. Hey! That guy took the bomb! We gotta get that back. The Zero Suit's been a staple of Samus's character ever since this game, and I'm all for it. It is a very cool, very sleek design for her. Obviously, not the best defensively, it has certainly been a very interesting look for her. While I will say I like a lot of Samus's outfits from some of the other games, I feel like they do a very good job of portraying Samus as this very cool and badass bounty hunter woman. Zero Suit's still a very nice look for her. It's like very simple but very clean, and I really like it. With that said, a lot of Samus's designs from the older games I do like just as much this. If we were a bit careful, we probably could have avoided some hits from these guys. I believe at this point we want to head up. Yep, we have to go here. Ow, stop that. I get you to leave me alone, please. This portion with the Zebesian is just really stressful. I can't take stressful moments that well. I managed to get the pirates off our tail for now. Just want to head this way. Head up here. And we should be almost done this portion. There's only a little bit left to go. What's nice is you can trick the Zebesians into hitting each other. Can we please get up? The Zebesians can damage each other, which is pretty handy. I want to be careful here. Nope, that's not good. I am one hit away from death. Really gotta get out of here. Nope. That's unfortunate. First game over this playthrough, I want to say. This is what happens in Chozodia. This portion really gets on your nerves. Just want to see if I can get through this section a bit easier. So that space pirate goes there. Alright, got these lights after us. Wait for you to pass. That was close. Wait for you to pass down. But yeah, Samus has had a lot of different designs over the years, all good in their own ways. Zero Suit is definitely a look I can get behind. But there's some other looks for her I really like a Metroid Fusion has some really nice looks for Samus. I'm just like, I have to be careful here. If I can hide down here. Whoop! Managed to avoid being spotted for a while there. Well, nothing we can do about that yet. Head this way, I believe. Yep. Go away. So this portion, I'm going to just avoid all those upper paths and head this way. We should be nearing the end of this, though. Trying to think about what we can do and where we can go right now. Because we have to avoid detection from these guys for a while. Just get them off our back. There we go. Managed to shoot him down. And we got to another save room. I believe this is the last save room of this Chozodia portion. So, hopefully from here on out we don't have too much trouble as we make our way to the end of the sequence. Oh yeah, we are almost out of here. I really like this sequence. Very rarely do the games really go into Samus's background of being raised by the Chozo. And it's just amazing. As is this fight here. I believe this foe is called the Chozo Ghost. I'm not entirely sure about this. But we have a pretty unique encounter here. In order to defeat this threat, we have to hit the orb with our paralyzer. Be very careful. If you shoot the orb while it's showing Samus, we'll take damage. So we gotta be very careful to only shoot it when that symbol appears on it and not Samus. Gotta avoid getting struck by the lightning that comes down, and we should be good. Very tight window you get to shoot the symbol on this last phase, but if we are careful, all it takes is 4 shots in order to finish this fight. Well, hello, armor. That looks very nice. The beautiful transformation sequence there. This powerful beam can blast through multiple enemies. Reduces damage from foes, enables free movement in water, stops lava damage. Somersault continually in the air, use A mid-somersault to jump again. You got your fully powered suit. Our power suit is now looking bigger and better than ever. And with it, we got some very handy upgrades. Space Jump allows us to continuously jump in the air. Combined with the Screw Attack, it is phenomenal in not only movement, but offenses. And with this, we are able to escape. And now it's time to lay waste to the Zebesians with our new Plasma Beam. This powerful weapon allows us to completely devastate enemies. It cuts through enemies, does really high damage. It is one of the best weapons in the game, and it's definitely your main source of the main way you're going to be damaging enemies down here. Is there anything we can do with that? Alright, we can missile our way down here. And we are in the water, but we now have free movement, thanks to the gravity beam. So I believe, what can we do for this? Alright, that's a speed boost. Alright, we can easily grab this then. Our gravity suit cuts damage taken to us, allows us free movement in water, and also eliminates damage from lava, making it a very, very, very handy tool. Just overall a great power move. We can Screw Attack through that. Take away all throughout Chazodia now. Pretty much, this is a very triumphant moment for Samus. We've regained our powers. We are able to easily handle the space pirates going forward. And there is a lot we can do. We practically have all of the power-ups now. If it wasn't apparent, the Gravity Suit, Space Jump, and Plasma Beam were what the mysterious power-ups that we were finding all throughout the game, but our suit was as incompatible with using them were. So all this time we had these amazing abilities that we could not do anything about until now. But I am very happy that we finally got these. Because it really wouldn't be a Metroid game without these now. Interesting bit of trivia is that the power-ups that we obtained through the mysterious relics are actually all power-ups not from the original Metroid. Which I felt was a very nice thing to put in Zero Mission by having them be special items that could not be obtained through normal means. But yeah, by this point, we are practically done with the ruined section of Chazodia. I believe there are some other items we could get around here, but we really have no need to continue being here. I've already stated before, this is not 100% playthrough, so I am just going to blaze on out of here and head back to the space pirate ship to accomplish our objective. By this portion of the game, you are freely able to explore practically the entirety of Planet Zebes and go after the collectibles that we haven't obtained up to this point. Now, for obvious reasons, there is one other thing that we can get that I highly recommend doing before going across the world and doing cleanup, as we will see going forward. There was a power-up that we saw a Zebesian take away, and unfortunately that is a power-up we do not have, and it is one we are going to need if we are going to fully explore this area. Also, want to remember that too, because if you're familiar at all with Metroid, well, Super Metroid, you probably have an idea on what you can do with that. I'm actually probably not going to return to it because of how I'm going to go about the rest of this game. So, Yeah, just, if you remember Super Metroid, you probably have an idea on what that's for. Like, could you die, please? Thank you. That. Oh, here we got a new enemy. That is a Super Zebesian, I believe. If they have black bodies and are very resilient, you won't be able to take them out very easily. Here we got some new enemies here. I just call them like atoms because that's kind of what they look like, but they can be pretty devastating. They'll shoot lightning at you and are just a bit of a pain. Save up here before we get started on our next objective. Please. It's kind of annoying having to try to use a save room, but then a space pirate barges in. You're like, hey, I'm saving here. Oh, well. Alright, so if we're gonna make our way further into the ship, yeah, want to head over this way. What's also cool about this portion of the game is that for the remainder of this game, the background music changes to a more what am I trying to say here? The music is a much more it's a much more intense version of the Brinstar music that we heard all the way earlier in our adventure. Head up here, this very secluded part of the map. We can grab another super missile. Definitely recommend having as many super missiles as you can going forward, obviously. Those are very important. So now that we got our missiles, we are finally able to open these red and green doors, which I am very happy for. It's got another door here that we can't do anything about. Let's quickly climb back up here and grab that super missile. But that is a yellow door. We do not have any weapons that can deal with that. Go around here. So I think we could do here. Okay, I'm trying to think of this portion here. Okay, I have an idea on where we need to go now. So we actually need to double back around. I want to go through here. And we got another super pirate. Ow. Would you leave me alone, sir? Just want to head up here. Blast that open. Access this part. Die, you. Thank you. Let's head over this way. So these elite Zebesians here, it is customary throughout the Metroid series to have these elite Zebesians that are very tough to take on. Ever since Super Metroid, there's always been these Super Zebesians to have to deal with. Honestly, they're not too bad, just as long as you're able to dodge their attacks. Alright, this little guy is a bit of a hindrance. All we can do is just wait for him to walk. And sadly, our weaponry does nothing to him. But yeah, he's cute, like a little gonk droid from Star Wars. I like him. Let's head up here. And yeah, this is just a very interesting sequence. We're on the other side of that yellow door we saw. And yeah, this is just a very cool portion of the game. I just like going full Rambo on these Zebesians and just blasting through this area. It's a very cool portion, because we're just taking the pirates on in their home turf. It just feels good, you know? Finally having the upper hand over these guys after that whole Chozodia portion. It feels very, very good. Oh yeah, these guys, you want to use missiles on them. Oh, come on. Actually, we're good. Set over here, got some more Zebesians. Go way up the wall. Oh yeah, by this point, the space jump just completely negates any use of a wall jump, which kind of sad because the wall jump is just such an integral part of Metroid's identity by this point in the series, you know. Now we want to head down this way. Look at that, Zebesian with that power up we saw before. So we want to blast our way down here, and then to go here, we see it's protected by lasers. We can just drop in the middle and grab the power bomb tank. We now have power bombs set with R and B in morph ball form, opens yellow hatches. I will demonstrate what this does very soon. So once we're in morph ball, we can drop these, and power bombs are essentially a screen nuke. They will destroy practically anything that is on the screen, and they are just very handy. Just use them like that, and you can just do a lot. They're also very good for exposing portions of the map that are unseeable. So if you see like hidden blocks that need to be destroyed by a certain weapon, you can just use the power bomb to expose them so that you can see very handily where these things you need to blast are. So yeah, a very nice tool not only as a weapon, but for exposing the location of other things that you need. Now that we have these, you are free to fully explore the map of Planet Zebes. As for me, we are very close to the location of the final battle of this game. So I'm just going to go ahead and go at it with our current loadout. We have a lot of health, a lot of missiles. We should definitely be prepared for the fight ahead. Again, if you are looking to get everything, this is the point in the game where I recommend going after the very last of the power-ups. That's that guy. There's another block we have to destroy with the super missiles. With that, we can go up here. And at long last, I said at long last, it is time for the final battle to be held on Planet Zebes for the time being. Kind of a small room for a final battle, don't you think? Look who it is. This boss was foreshadowed in that one cutscene with the mechanical eye opening. Meet Robo Ridley, the final boss of this game. It is essentially just a giant mechanical copy of Ridley, our very same adversary. Given that he is like the leader of the space pirates, I guess it's fitting he would have this giant robotic mock-up of him. This thing is controlling the space pirate ship. If we're to get out of here, we gotta destroy it. So it has quite a few devastating attacks with its claws and that fire breath, and a lot more as we will see going forward. Its only weak point is its chest, unlike our battle with the original Ridley. It only exposes its chest when its neck is up, so you gotta be really careful. Save your super missiles, because they are very helpful for disposing of this guy. You can refill from those missiles that it fires off, which is just nice. Yeah, we almost got this guy. He does a lot of damage. So you've got to be really careful with this. Oh, come on. That was so close. Yeah, come on. Ugh. I am missing so bad right now. Alright, all out of supers. Wow, I am already almost dead. Right, why am I struggling this bad against Robo Ridley? Wow, I actually died. Yeah, this can be a legit challenge. This guy does a lot of damage, especially with those claw attacks. It's a tricky battle. Seriously, what is with this frame rate right now? I swear, I hope the footage of this isn't too bad, because I do want this playthrough to be somewhat presentable. Also, just a heads up, I do not believe power bombs are useful against Robo Ridley at all. Yeah, with that, we should be just about done here. Time once more to blast this guy. Come on, Riddles. Gotta destroy you again. Seriously, what is with these frame drops? I am set. Like, I don't know what it is. You just have to be very careful of your position here. It's kind of a small target, which makes this portion also just kind of tricky to deal with. Alright. Seriously, why is this being so tricky for me? Come on, raise your claw again. There we go. Had much better rhythm that time. So I'm mainly going to use my regular missiles to damage the core right now because it's currently shielded. I like to imagine that the glass is also made of Zebetite, the substance I used it back in Turian. Although I'm not entirely sure. Do know is that this guy is not going to kill me again. Or at the very least, it's not going to kill me without me being a total putz. So yeah, I'm not exactly the best Metroid player, believe it or not. Alright, let's blast those missiles. Alright, much better. We got some very good hits on him that time. So I'm gonna get grab those, but I guess not. I am just really not having the best time landing these hits right now. Really? That shot would have been perfect if it weren't for the neck. Come on, Razor Claw. It's a good hit. He's almost dead. So we need you to raise your head again. There we go! Robo Ridley is down. The space pirates won't be dealing with us anytime soon. Oh, that's not good. Self-destruct mechanism activated. Evacuate immediately. It's never that easy. Series tradition, we have to avoid a self-destruct sequence at the end. Yeah, this is where things get heated. We have 5 minutes to get out of here. You're probably wondering where we have to escape to, since we're here on Chizodia, trapped in the space pirate base. So where are we going? I will answer that question very soon, but let's get out of here. So obviously we have a lot of fights ahead of us. Since the ship is going down, the Zebesians are kind of in chaos right now. Not a good time for anybody, most of all us. So we gotta quickly make our way through here. we're just doubling back through this section of the Space Pirate base. Let's use our super missile here, clear out all of this. Good. Just gonna ignore you, because why bother? Oh, we can't even open that yellow door anymore. That sucks. Oh well. Set up here. And if the frame rate would get good, please. Want to end this game on a good note, not on a bad note. It is weird. The stream series was quite good at the start, but for whatever reason, the later sessions have had a couple frame rate hiccups. I'm like, why? I mean, there's not much I can really do about it. Wish I had whatever abilities would be good for clearing up a lot of my streaming setups, but for now I can just have to put up with it. But we have made it to the last portion here. All we have to do now is get rid of these super pirates, and we are done. There we go. And we took them out. The door here opens, revealing a space pirate ship. Whew, we have done it. Quite well, if I do say so myself. We had a few unlucky deaths along the way, but this was a pretty good run of Zero Mission. I mean, obviously I had practice with it before jumping into this series, but all things considered, it's a good playthrough. Now excuse me while I drink some lemonade. Mission accomplished. So yeah, Metroid Zero Mission is now officially done. All in all, this was a very solid game. It's just great getting to revisit sort of the story of the original Metroid with a lot of more of the polish and details added in from later games, especially Super Metroid and Fusion. And all in all, it is a great remake of the original. Has a lot more added portions to it, obviously with the Zero Mission section, which is with the Zero Suit, which is a kind of a what am I trying to say here? It is a very divisive portion of this game within the Metroid community, I'd say, but we handled it pretty well, all things considered. And I managed to blaze for this game in a pretty good time overall, which I'm happy for. This is definitely a game where one of the big draws to it is being able to finish the game at as quickly as you can while trying to get as many of the power-ups as you can. And obviously, a lot of people are able to do this much better than I. I definitely haven't had a lot of practice with Zero Mission, but it's a solid game. Not one of my favorites in the series, but definitely a very solid game. And I would very much like to be able to play some more Metroid games on the channel at some point. Rest in peace, Iwata-sama. Yeah, that'll be very good, but we will be turning away from the Metroid series for the time being. I'll definitely like to play Dread once it comes out in my own time, along with some other games I'm very much looking forward to. I know I'm in the process of wrapping up here, but there's still a bit I want to show on stream here, so we're not entirely done. I won't be going the full wrap-up right now. It's just kind of what I like to do during the credits. I like that little drawing there. You can tell, like, young Samus left that there. And now it's time for our reward. Clear time 2 hours, 20 minutes. We got 72% of items. Not bad. So yeah, the ending screen with Samus here is different depending on your item collection and the time you beat the game. Really want to see if I could accomplish this in under 3 hours, and I managed to do that very nicely. Of course, going through Zero Mission is only part of the fun. So by completing a file of Zero Mission, you can see I kind of accomplished about the same in my practice file there. For completing the main story in Zero Mission, what are your rewards? Well, if you go into options, we can see there is a gallery. This allows you to see the ending screens that you have earned by completing the game under certain parameters, like the time and stuff. See here, we got this screen here. And I believe that is the only one I have, sadly. Yeah, I feel like you'd have the ability to shuffle through those. So Metroid Fusion Link is something that you can only do if you are connected to a copy of Metroid Fusion, which I can't do. But there is one other thing that we get for completing the main story in Zero Mission, which is we unlock the ability to play the original NES Metroid. No wonder it took so long for this game to be re-released on the Wii U. Just want to quickly show this off just to kind of see how far this series has progressed from its original days. Quite interesting seeing this game on a Game Boy Advance screen, isn't it? This is the original Metroid, warts and all. And my golly, those warts. I'm not gonna mince words, I've probably beaten the original Metroid only once, for very obvious reasons. It is a very antiquated game. I don't see me returning to this at all, even for casual reasons. There are a lot better Metroid games out there. I feel like this one is best left as its place in history. It is very much a first installment. A lot of other games do what this one does much better. With that said, we are all done with Zero Mission. It'll be a while before we return to Samus Aran and her adventures destroying the space pirates and the Metroids and all that. So next time, hopefully sometime soon and hopefully with much more stable conditions, we will be returning to an adventure that we left off at and see if our heroes are able to deal with the looming danger ahead. Until next time, have a good night and take care.